Hello everyone. So in this section we're going to understand Selenium WebDriver. Guys, Selenium WebDriver is the most powerful tool in entire Selenium suite. If you have heard this thing that we are working on Selenium, mostly companies are working on Selenium WebDriver because Selenium IDE is just record and run. So very few companies work on Selenium IDE. If I compare it to QTP UFT also, Selenium WebDriver is most popular. There are many reasons for it. One of the reason is that it is platform independent, it is browser independent, it is language independent, as well as it is free of cost. So what else is required? So guys, Selenium WebDriver is a web automation framework that allows you to execute your test against different browsers, not just Firefox, unlike Selenium IDE. So if you remember, in Selenium IDE, we were able to execute those test cases, or we were able to record those test cases only with the help of Mozilla Firefox, because Selenium IDE was plugin of Firefox only. Whereas Selenium WebDriver can run with multiple set of browsers, so it's not dependent on browser. Selenium WebDriver test cases can be automated with Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Safari, Opera. What I mean to say is Selenium WebDriver can interact with almost all the browsers. It also allows you to choose a programming language of your choice to create test scripts. Guys, again, you are not language dependent with this. That means you can work with Java, Python, Ruby, PHP, any of the language. So it's not language dependent too. Now we'll understand how Selenium works. So this is the architecture of Selenium WebDriver. Let's say I want to click on a particular element on my website. For that, I will write code in my Eclipse IDE or any editor. That editor, with the help of driver, that editor will interact with browser, because websites open on what? Browsers. So it will interact with browser. This browser will interact with the website which is there on the web server. So after the connection request with the web server will respond back to the browser, and browser will provide you the output in the console section. So this is how architecture of Selenium WebDriver works. There are few things we need to understand about Selenium WebDriver. Number one, as we know that Selenium WebDriver is open source, first time setup is quite complicated and it requires lots of softwares to be compatible with it. For example, in order to execute or in order to implement this setup, you need few of the tools. First, we are required to install the language in which we're going to write down the script. For example, in this case, we need to install Java. Second, we need editor in which we will write down the commands, that is Eclipse IDE. Third, as we have to interact with browser, we need drivers for the browser, and then we're going to set up Selenium WebDriver. So guys, let's get started with it and implement this architecture. So first, let's get started with the installation of Java. So for that, you're going to go ahead and type over there, download Java. So guys, Java is also open source. You can install it free of cost. You don't need license for that. So download Java. So we're going to click on download Java. Go to this link over here, Oracle Technologies. We can click on JDK download. According to your operating system, you can choose any option. So you can see you have download kit for almost all the operating systems. If you have Linux, you can go ahead with this option. If you have Mac, you can go ahead with this option. If you have Windows, you can go ahead with this option. So guys, I'm gonna go for window option. Click on this section here, accept the license, and click on download. You will see it will get downloaded. So when your setup is completed, click on it. Click on yes. So preparing to install, we'll click on next. So this is the location where your Java will be installed. Click on next. And you can close it. Now guys, Java is installed on your operating system, but you have to set up some environment variables just to register Java in your operating system. So guys, for that you will go to your this PC section, right click on it, go to properties, go to advanced system settings, click on environment variables, and now go to system variables and find out a variable called path. Click on it. So keep it open. Now we're going to copy location of Java. For that, again, you will go to your operating system, go to C drive, and then go to program files. Click on Java here. You will see JDK with the version you installed. Click on it. We'll go to bin and we'll copy this location. So copy this location and paste it over here. In order to paste it over here, you will click on new and paste. And then you will click on OK. Here also you will click on OK. And click on OK again and close this. So guys, this is how we can install Java. Now Java is installed. So next thing what we're going to do is we will install Eclipse IDE. For that you will write down download Eclipse IDE. Click on this Eclipse IDE for Java Enterprise Edition, EE developers. You will see this option here. Click on download 64-bit. Click on download here. Setup will start getting downloaded. So download will take some time, and you will see Eclipse installer will initiate. So we're going to choose this option, Eclipse IDE for Enterprise Java Developers. Click on install, accept license. So guys, if you see here, it's showing you that they are taking Java from here, that is your Java's location. Definitely you need Java for Eclipse IDE because it's an editor and it is picking location of Java on its own. This is the folder where it is being installed. So it's going to be under users, and whatever user you have given Eclipse, it will create a folder Eclipse and it will store it over here. So guys, this is where Eclipse IDE is being installed. So now it will again ask you to accept some unassigned content. We're going to click on accept. Select all. Again click on accept selected. And installation will progress. Installation completed successfully. You also get the shortcut on your desktop. When you click on this launch, it will launch Selenium IDE. Now it will ask you where you want your workspace to be. So if you want your workspace at this location, you can click on launch, and if you want to change it, you can browse and select the option. Now you can click on launch. So Eclipse IDE will open at the end. So guys, you will be landed to this page. This is just a welcome section. You can close it. So what are the preconditions to install Eclipse IDE? Java must be installed before installation of it, because it will definitely search for the Java language on your operating system. If it's not there, you cannot install Eclipse IDE. So guys, that's what the installation of Selenium IDE and Java is. So in our next tutorial, we're going to understand how to write down program with Java. Thank you.